What is your name?
My name is Prabhat Misra.
Prabhat, please tell me about yourself.
I am Prabhat Misra. I am a front-end developer at ProSkilla Private Limited Company. I have 7 months of working experience as a React developer. About my qualification, I have completed my graduation from APS University in last year. After that, I have completed my full stack development certification from PSH Academy. After I completed my certification, I got an opportunity for 3 months of internship as a React developer. So after completed my internship, they offers me a full-time job. So currently, I'm working for there as a React developer.
So, Prabhat, why did you choose IT as a career?
I actually, IT is a most growing industry in compared with the other industries. So IT is the most growing, and they have a much learnings. And I love the culture of office in IT sectors. Work culture, office culture, everything is I love it. So I decided to work for IT.
What are the languages you have covered during your full stack development certification?
In front-end technologies, I have covered HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, Material UI, Axios router, and in backend, I have covered Ruby on Rails. Yeah.
So, how many projects you have created till now?
Sorry,
How many projects you have created?
projects. More than 10 projects I have made it using
So,
React.Js.
what was the recent project?
Yeah. It was a city information site which is similar to the just.com. So where user can book appointment these technologies. Actually, there are two categories. First one is a doctor and second one is a lawyer category. So my role was to make a user interface design for doctor categories like cardiologist, dermatologist. So my role was to make a UI design, user interface design. Yeah.
Okay. So, the project was completed or are you still working on it?
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's maybe take 2 4 days
Okay.
for completed. Yeah.
So, are you experienced or a fresher, Prabhat?
Uh, I have a seven. Actually, I have a 7 months of experience, but I feel I'm fresher. So because the 7 months is not enough for to call me as a experienced person. So
What is the name of the company you're working for?
it's a Pro Skill, a private limited company.
What is the working schedule there?
It's 10 to 5 p.m.
We'll just move into the technical part. What is JSX?
Okay. JSX it stands for JavaScript XML. It's a syntax extension of JavaScript, which allow you to write a like HTML code into a JavaScript.
What are components?
Components are the building blocks of React application. They are independent and reusable bits of code. We have two
What is the
types of
difference?
components. Like
Okay.
first one, yeah,
What were you saying?
yeah, ask the question.
What were you saying? The two
Yeah,
types of
actually, we have
components.
two types of yeah, two types of components. Class component and functional components.
So, what is the difference between props and state?
Props it's give you access to pass the data from parent component to the child component, and sorry, it's a HR call. Can I take a call?
Where were we? The difference between props and state, right?
Yeah, props.
So,
Props
go
it's
ahead.
give you it's stand for properties. It's give you access to pass the data from parent component to the child components. And state it's used to build in React. It's hold the information about the component. So props are immutable, so we cannot modify the in the child component. State are immutable, so we can modify. State can be changed. It's they are conditional, and props cannot be conditional.
Okay. So, Prabhat,
Yeah.
what is Axios?
Axios is a JavaScript library which is used for the making HTTP request and making API calls.
What are the features of React?
React has so many features. Like the first one, it's provide a component-based architecture where it's they are easy to maintain, easy to write, and easy to reuse. And second one, it's provide a virtual DOM. Third one, it's provide a server-side rendering. Fourth, it's provide a one-way data flow, unidirectional data flow. These are the features which I love.
Okay. What is polymorphism?
Actually, oops, concept I didn't have covered yet.
Okay.
Sorry
What
about
is
that.
callback function?
Callback function, the function which get passed into the another function as an argument is called or callback function.
Okay.
Yeah.
High order function. अच्छा मैकेनिकल वाले हैं चार पांच लोग आए थे
Higher order function are the function which takes the another function as an argument. It's called higher order function.
What is currying function?
Sorry,
What is currying function?
function carrying are the technique where the first function returns the another function, second function returns the third function returns the fourth function, and so on. And each function takes an single argument. So this technique is called function carrying.
What is promises?
Promises are object in JavaScript, which it is used to perform the asynchronous operation in JavaScript. It is used to handle the errors and operations in asynchronous operation.
What is Ajax?
Ajax stands for asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is a syntax. Sorry, it's represent the asynchronous behavior of JavaScript. And when the state of object is changed, so Ajax change only that object into the real DOM rather than refreshing all the pages.
What is virtual DOM?
Virtual DOM, React keeps the lightweight representation of real DOM in his memory. So this is known as virtual DOM. When the state of object is changed, the virtual DOM change only that object into the real DOM rather than changing all the objects or refreshing.
What are functional components?
Functional components are the components which have not their own state, have only their render methods to return the JSX on the screen. So it is also known as stateless components. They can retrieve data from other components using props.
What are React hooks?
React hooks are the newly added feature in React version 16.8. It's an inbuilt function in React. It gives you access to handle the state and lifecycle methods into the component.
What is use memo?
Use memo are the optimization technique which is used for the enhance the performance of application, and they returns the memoized value.
What is the use of use effect hook?
Use effect hooks. These use effect hooks. It's introduced in React version 16.8, and it is used to perform the side effect into the functional component, like data fetching, making API calls, and so exams, etc. And it replaces the lifecycle methods of class component, like component did mount, component did update, component will unmount.
What is array splice?
Uh, Sorry, what is
Array splice.
splice method?
Yeah.
Yeah, and splice method, it is used to splice the array elements. Suppose for updating the new value, deleting and store new value, we use the splice method.
What is event public?
Event bubbling are the mechanism of JavaScript. Firstly, it will propagate to the innermost element. After that, one by one, it will propagate to the outermost element. So this technique is called event bubbling.
What is the difference between let and const?
Let and const both are the keywords in JavaScript, which is introduced in ES6 version of JavaScript ECMAScript 9. Sorry, ECMAScript 8, 6. Sorry. and they are the block scope. मतलब it means we can store in a curly braces. Inside the curly braces they have a local scope, and in case of let we cannot declare the variable, and but we can assign a value with the same name into a variable, same name of variable. But in case of const we cannot declare the variable again with same name, and we cannot assign the value with the same name.
What is NAN property in JavaScript? Not a number property.
uh, any property it represents the not a number. Yeah, it's represents the not a number.
Okay. What are anonymous functions?
Anonymous function are the function who have not their own name, and it's also known as self-executing function. So a self-executing function execute right after the declaration of function. So they have not own name. So this is also known as anonymous function.
Okay. What are the
Okay,
limitations of React?
so uh, um, everything have a pros and cons. So React has also disadvantages, limitations. Like firstly, it's not a fully fledged framework, and it's not work with MVC like Angular work with MVC model, view, and controller. So React does not work with the MVC, and it's a library, not a fully fledged framework. So we have to install the third-party libraries, tool dependencies for making our React applications, and it is also complex. It's not a beginner-friendly language technology. So yeah, these are the limitations.
What are the constructors?
A constructor is used to initialize the state.
What with the salary expectation?
3.5 LPA.